Hello everyone, AlphaSoul here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to go ahead and do a quick review and read of the latest creative director's letter that was just released almost 15 minutes ago at this point. It just so happened to launch at the time when I had just put my son down for his nightly nap, as I like to call it. He's still not sleeping through the night. So I came back, was about to play some games, and noticed that the letter was released, and I figured, why not do a quick video on this? I'd actually been waiting to do a video on this, but the letter had been pushed back a little bit, and I waited along with it, so I had not released a video in the past almost 2 weeks, so apologies for that, but here it is. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into the letter. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. So starting off, I actually never really noticed this. If you look closely, it's got Stephen Sharif and then two sandals there for the wax kind of seal on the letter, which is pretty cool. I actually want to go back and see if they had done this for some of the other letters. I just never noticed it until now. It'll be interesting to see. I'll go back. Anyways, the letter starts off with an introduction, basically going over some of the past things that they did up until now. So streams, they talk about the pandemic specifically and the work situation for Intrepid Studios. Intrepid Studios had a move to their new offices planned. However, it doesn't look like that went through because of all the restrictions kind of going on. And I know California in particular, where their studios are located, are hit pretty hard. And there's just a lot of kind of fungibility going on with there. So he's got the new move date to be the first quarter of 2021 for the move, but at this point, who knows? Everyone is day by day and taking it with will. So it's good that they are now looking to just, push out as much as they can in this current work from home scenario, and they're not kind of like biding their times for it. So they should be commended for that, and that's good news. That's good news. He also touches about the opening of the EU office in Amsterdam, which I definitely will see if I can try to visit if we ever get through this pandemic in the near future, and I'm able to travel again. But that'll be interesting and fun. Development update. Yes. Okay, so actually, before we even move on to that, I like these screenshots of the new. It looks like Veyloon. I like their armor. I like their facial like makeup and expression. It just looks very natural, actually. And I especially like the female version of this Veyloon. It looks very natural. I like the hair that's on it. I like just the way that they look, and I gotta say, I'm really excited for their character creator and their model, if this is kind of what we're expecting. So that's cool. That's really good. I have seen this though before in the preview. I did not see this one though. So if we go down here, he talks about some of the development updates. Unreal Engine 4.23 to 4.25, that caused kind of a little bit of a delay on their portion. Let's see, talking about the community for the past couple of months. I actually have mentioned it before, but I really do like this Nikua kind of area. And we get onto the meat and potatoes of this letter, which is Alpha 1. Now, he begins by talking really about alpha and what the meaning of alpha is, which I think is a good move, because I generally think people have a misconception of what alpha is. And although he's going to say it till he's blue in the face, some people still might not get what alpha is. They might go into the game thinking, oh, this is trash. But the reality is, because this is functioning more like a traditional alpha game at the state, it's not going to be in a ready state, is what I'm trying to say, and what I think he is trying to say here by this paragraph in discussing. He basically says the term alpha is a tricky one, and it typically has two meanings in gaming. The development meaning for alpha is a point in the process where we are ready to test the fundamental systems in their core form, without polish and without much content. That is absolutely true. Then there is the external or marketing term of alpha. This is typically applied to Eastern ported MMORPGs, where in fact that is a completed game being localized for a region and not really indicative of a true development alpha. That is also true. As you may know by now, game development has many stages, from initial tech demos to the pre-production and pre-alpha states, and then on to the alphas, betas, and eventual launch. Now that is true. I would agree with that for sure, but I will say that most games actually don't have this many phases that we've seen from Ashes of Creation, as far as even the alpha broken up into its stages, or even if they do, then it's either not really official, or it's not even available to the public at this point. So a little bit of nitpicking, but it's not really big. I mean, the overall gist is absolutely correct. Let's see. So I want to make emphatically clear our alphas and betas are true development alphas and betas, and some have said that I'm crazy to allow these phases to be seen without an NDA. I agree. I think that is crazy. I am one of those people who have said that it is crazy to do so, but it's his game. He's doing what he wants. That's cool. But I'm trusting the community of gamers out there to get a glimpse into the process, understand the long road ahead for what will eventually be worth the wait. So that's the key there. If it comes out successful, people are going to look back on it, and I bet you he's almost going to be looked at as a pioneer on this as long as the game is successful, and then there will be other companies that try and mirror the same process. And potentially, if it works, this could be a very good mirror for people to go through. It says, and I know people look at our 4K footage and say, this looks better than most released games, but trust me when I say you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, that's good. That's good. So anyways, let's get on to this meat right here. Ashes of Creation Alpha. Let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's make this. No. Let's not mess with that right now. Whoops. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so Ashes of Creation Alpha 1 play test schedule. Here is the meat and bones of this. We now have dates for Alpha 1. You can see here the alpha stage is divided up, at least right now, into 4 stages. There are 3 alpha previews you can see here. Alpha 1 preview. The first test is going to be about 4 days from December 18th, December 21st. The next one, another 4 days from February 19th to February 22nd. And then there's a little bit of a longer one in March, from March 19th to the 26th. And then the full alpha will be a month long from April 6th to May 6th. So a couple things kind of jump out immediately at me in looking at this. And you can kind of see who here is available for it. All NDA Bravers and Intrepid pack holders for the first 2 tests, and then official content creators will be able to get into the no NDA alpha that is in March after a week. So basically after about 2 iterations. So let's talk about this real quick. So they are meeting their promise in terms of getting alpha, I'm using air quotes, alpha, to us this year by releasing at least the first pre-alpha test in December 18th. It's not what I thought was going to be. I thought it was going to be Alpha 1, what we see in April and May here, towards December or whatever it may be. So there is a little bit of a delay on that. And I think by this timeline, I'm going to have to say that I don't think that there's any way that Ashes of Creation releases in 2021. I don't think so. I think it's going to be for sure now by 2022 will be the year that, most likely year. We'll see how the Alpha 1 itself goes. They have said many times that their betas will be short. We'll see how this shakes out. I want to sit on this a little bit more. But yeah, very interesting. Overall, very happy. Don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining or anything like that. Very happy to see solid dates here. They list dates now. They hit them. So we should be pretty confident in those dates, at least for now. Let's see. So the schedule is to allow, and he basically goes on and talks about it. The schedule will include Alpha 1 testers for a 4-day stress test starting in December 18th. And yeah, that test will be under NDA. Let's see, yeah, and some details basically where Alpha 1 testers will get introductions, or letters kind of going forward. Sorry, I was reading at the same time as I was doing it. So, yeah, so let's scroll down a bit. So yes, we have had a very busy 4th quarter ahead of us, and the team will be hard at work preparing for Alpha 1 test dates. The content push is well underway for Alpha 2 and beta test periods. That is good. Plus much of what Alpha 1 brings us to help identify areas of reworking necessary. Okay, interesting. Okay. So yes. So Alpha 1, the true kind of like month-long Alpha 1 will be in May, right? In April to May, sorry. They could still theoretically hit 2021, but I still think that 22 is more likely. Interesting. We'll see how it goes here. I do applaud them for keeping that NDA going. The NDA going, I think, is a very good idea until they polish out some more of the system. So definitely good. Anyways, so yes, so this is the creative director's letter. I'm probably going to have another video talking about some more specifics. I've got a lot of thoughts that I want to kind of sit on, tweak, and kind of go through, see their whole full schedule, kind of see where it might fit into it. But good stuff overall. All right. Let me go know what you guys thought of the letter. I'm going to leave the link down below and all that's good stuff. But that's it. All right. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves. And you guys have a great day. Alpha Soul out.